with a truckload of bootleg beer.
You're crazy, you know that? Yeah, you know that.
If there is one movie from the 70s that you could claim was iconic, it would be Smokey and the Bandit. Burt Reynolds' acting paired with Hal Needham's directing makes this film an absolute knockout. This movie was even the second highest-grossing movie, right behind Star Wars. From the real inspiration of this movie to the crazy stunts, this movie is an absolutely wild ride from start to finish. Make sure to stick to the end of the video for the bonus fact as well. Number 10. The original inspiration. Of course, in true Burt Reynolds fashion, the inspiration for this movie came from an incident that he had personally experienced. And in even truer Burt Reynolds style, this story is just as crazy as the others. While Burt was shooting Gator, Needham had brought several cases of Coors beer to Georgia from California to be consumed, but the maid kept stealing them, as they were illegal in the state of Georgia due to some federal regulations. This gave Reynolds the idea to make a film where the entire point of the protagonist was trying to ship illegal Coors beers across state borders. Number 9. The original screenplay. The original screenplay for the movie was actually much more different in comparison to the one we see on the TV screen today. Many of the original characters and cast of the movie had different names compared to what they were initially cast with. For example, Bandit actually had a last name called LaRue. Carrie was actually named Kate, and the reward that was originally planned for Bandit after making a successful run was a new truck, not the iconic $80,000 we see him fighting for. The initial draft of the script had many different variations of this one idea and tried different angles before settling on the one we know and love today. Number 8. Ad-libbing all the way. If there is one character in this movie that is able to compete with the popularity and infamy of Bandit, it's probably the sheriff of the movie, Buford T. Justice.
All right, now you boys just stay here and watch the car. There might be some vandals around who want to steal something.
Buford, played by Jackie Gleason, is tasked with chasing down Bandit and the illegal cargo through the entire movie, and he sure does give them a run for their money. But what's crazy about this character is that Jackie nearly ad-libbed the entire role. Jackie never used a script, and even if one was written out for him, he would never use it because he felt he could do a way better job without one than with one. Number 7. It's all fake. Now, if you're a fan of the movie, there is no way that you wouldn't remember Smokey, the iconic black and gold pinstripe Pontiac Trans Am. This car was once and still is the dream car of many people across the globe. And it is this movie that popularized this vehicle. Many people remember this vehicle's iconic roar in the movie as Bandit maneuvers it around and revs its engine. But what's crazy is that the Trans Am never sounded like that, and its engine noise was amplified using a heavily modified 1955 Chevy that starred in movies like American Graffiti. If you're someone who bought this car and realized this later, we feel for you. All of us were surprised to find out that the iconic Trans Am never actually sounded that aggressive. Number 6. One of 4. While the roar of the Trans Am may have never been real, all of the carnage we saw on the screen sure was. The film does a lot of crazy stunts with Smokey, but what most people don't realize is that there were actually 4 Smokies in total. You heard that right. Needham realized that he wouldn't be able to complete this movie with one Trans Am alone and ended up ordering 4 custom-painted Trans Ams just to be sure. What's crazy is that out of all these 4 Trans Ams, only one survived to tell the tale. One of the Trans Ams only lasted one scene, the epic bridge jump scene, after which it got completely totaled. Are you enjoying the video so far? Before we head into the top 5 facts about Smokey and the Bandit, make sure to drop a like. Now on with the show. Number 5. Hitchcock. Now, Smokey and the Bandit may not be a Christopher Nolan masterpiece or a Martin Scorsese piece of art, but it sure was enjoyed by people of all ages from all walks of life. But if you think great artists like Nolan and Scorsese may not watch such movies, what you're about to hear will surely change your mind. Patricia Hitchcock, the daughter of Alfred Hitchcock, said that Smokey and the Bandit was her father's guilty pleasure, his go-to to unwind and relax. If Smokey and the Bandit can be enjoyed by one of the greatest directors of all time, then you can be proud to say that this movie is your favorite. Number 4. Forever and Always. Most people hate the idea of working with their spouse because they are scared of mixing their personal life with their professional life. But when it came to Burt Reynolds, he seemed to have no problem doing so. Sally Field, who is in this movie and acts as the romantic interest of the Bandit, acts as Burt Reynolds' girlfriend in every movie that they made together. Sally and Burt have also acted as inseparable partners in crime in movies like the sequel to Smokey and The Bandit and Hooper. Although Burt and Sally never did end up getting married, the chemistry the two shared on the screen was rather memorable. Number 3. Directorial debut. Believe it or not, Smokey and the Bandit was actually Hal Needham's directorial debut. You heard that right? The second most successful movie of 1977 was directed by someone who had no prior experience directing. Hal, who had been stuck as a stuntman up until that year, began writing a screenplay, which would eventually evolve into Smokey and the Bandit after his friend Burt Reynolds handed him the idea of a bootlegger shipping Coors beer across state lines. Who knew that this idea would launch Needham into absolute stardom? Number 2. Free advertising. Nowadays, brands often pay in millions to movie studios for a chance for their product to be featured in the next blockbuster movie, which is being shot so that the crowds who go to see the movie will see their product and go buy it after seeing the protagonist or antagonist endorse it in the movie. But Pontiac never paid a single dime to Smokey and the Bandit and ended up getting the largest sales boost of their life. It was reported that the sales of the Trans Am model of Pontiac's automobiles ended up skyrocketing, with sales going from 68,745 in 1977 to 93,341 in 1978. I'm pretty sure that Pontiac had never received such free positive press in their entire history. Number 1. A gamble. If you were offered the choice between taking home a percentage of profit versus a large amount of money, you would probably go for the money, right? Well, that's exactly what Jackie Gleason did, and he ended up losing out on millions of dollars because of this one decision. Jackie was offered a decision by Needham after the wrapping up of the production to either opt for a one-time large sum payment or to take home a percentage from the profits of the movie. Jackie ended up opting for the salary, which cost him millions, as it was the most commercially successful movie of the year, second only to Star Wars. Bonus fact: the theme song. The theme song for the movie, played by Jerry Reed himself, was composed by him in just a day. Both the lyrics and tune of the song were penned by Reed himself, who acts as Cletus in the movie. Cletus initially thought Needham hated the song, but when he offered to change it, Needham said that he would kill Jerry if he even changed one word. From the iconic theme song to the absolute destruction on screen, this movie would go from 0 to 100 faster than the Trans Am Burt Reynolds drove. Let us know down in the comment section which fact shocked you the most. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you never miss a new video.